Hey guys, I thought I'd do another update on the race car. We did an update at the end of February and now it's the end of March, so here's the update. If you have been reading the posts and seeing a lot go over a few of different Facebook places and stuff like that, and seeing the ad that the car's up for sale, it's no longer up for sale. I took it down. I basically had a whole lot of people telling me, don't do it. What are you doing? You're an idiot. Stop. Take it down. So, had the thought, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Um, okay, you guys are right. Um, so the ad's down. There's probably a post still showing, am I doing this right? And all that. So that post is probably still up. I should delete it, but it's probably still up. So don't be sad. The car's not for sale. I still own the car. It's still mine, and I'm carrying on with this build. And we're going turbo. The engine was low compression, and the setup that I had put on there, like the trumpets and the filter kit, which looked mean. Don't get me wrong, looked really mean and would have screamed, but because it's low compression, there'd be no power. I'd be running 90 kilowatt the most, so no good. And especially with the E58 box being quite a wide ratio. These ones are actually quite closer. It's not like the original E58s where the gearing is actually quite wide. This is actually a little bit narrower. But yeah, still be like racing the ZD engine over again. So where we're at the moment, it's almost a year since I've blown this thing up with the ZD engine in it. Put a lot of time in this. Doing the cutting the quarter out, putting the new quarter in, building this engine with the Stanmore boys. It's like you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. It's been a year. You've still got time. You've still got a few months to go. I want to be out in July testing because in August I want to get back into the speed champs and run it so I can get used to the car and maybe do a couple of club days because October my goal is to get into SS Cup. I want to race with those boys. I watched them last weekend. I wanted to be a part of it, you know. And it's me slowing myself down and thinking, oh, I can't do this. But I'm on the ups. Boys from Stanmores, Andy and Benny, best guys you'll ever meet, are helping me out with this. They're helping me find the stuff I need. And we're going to get this done. I hope there's will be a few more people jumping on board to help out. I am trying to find maybe another sponsor who may want to help out with the build, put their name on the car because the livery that's going to be on the car is definitely going to stand out. It's a design that Andy had made me for iRacing, and then I've changed it over to my sort of style and everything. And I think it's going to stand out, and people are going to see a bright car. Yes, it's going to be black still, but there's certain parts that make it bright, so it's definitely going to stand out. And we want to make this car look really nice. It's a race car. Race cars don't look nice, but some do, and I kind of want that. And I'm not afraid if it gets a little ding in it or something. I'm not afraid. It is what it is. That's racing. But the main thing is at the moment is getting this engine done and finished by July. It is a goal that has to be stuck by. So if you know someone who wants to get on board with this build, show them the page, show them what we've been doing, how much work I've put into this car and all that, and if they want to get their name on it, we can get their name on it, and we're going to stand out. Right now, the engine looks the same, except for one thing. I got some yellow radiator hoses. Obviously I need to get the clamps for them. I just moved away when I did that. The clamps for them, and they still need to be trimmed back a bit and everything. These are GPI racing silicon hoses, and they've come from Australia, and I think they look really cool in yellow. And if you guys are eagle-eyed, you'll notice that I'm running the ones into the heater. I have a well, hold on, let me word this how I should word this. I want to run the heater. When it rains, and I've done a lot of wet runs in this car, it fogs up, and if I run the heater, it demists it really well. So I want to keep it. Yes, it adds weight, so be it. I've already chopped out a lot of weight out of this car over this build, so it's not a problem. I'm not worried about it. It's there for a purpose, and yeah, I'm happy with that. And it looks cool. You got to admit, these yellow hoses look cool. These will be changed out. There we go. The spark plug leads, and also you noticed no filter, no trumpets. I also got this covered over the throttle bodies, even though they're closed. I still like to just keep it covered and just keep the dust out. Same goes with the exhaust manifold. That's only on there just to keep the dust out and everything. I should do the same with those, but that shouldn't be pointing that way anyways. So that'll get changed out to the turbo manifold, and then there'll be a turbo in there, and then the oil lines to the cooler will have to be cut shorter. And I was thinking of putting the oil cooler in here because there's no battery in here. The battery will be in the boot, and yeah, and I'll put some ducting through the bumper through here and stuff and shove it up in there, as well as I want to put some ducting in here to run to the brakes. But we'll wait on that one for now, but I will take it all off so we can get things sorted, because I need to run a front mount obviously for the turbo. So here we go. The front mount will sit in here, so the piping needs to run there and needs to run right there. So the oil cooler is actually in the way. So where I've mounted it is not right, not correct. So we'll change that. I'll move that out, and once the front mount's in, I can see where I can put the oil cooler. I still reckon there's a pretty cool idea. I don't really want to cut a hole in my bonnet to vent it out, so they might have to come up with something to maybe vent it out of the car somewhere, or it might just go through. We'll sort that later, so it's not a concern. Other thing is, at the moment, is I've got some braided brake lines. I've reinstalled this driver's side one already, and the rear one. I haven't done the other side. I've been a bit slack. Been watching some racing in Australia on YouTube today, so I kind of got into that. So yeah, these are come from Australia themselves. They're quite a good brand. And yeah, we'll fit it up now. Also you see the yellow calipers. We're still running the DVA rotors. There's still a lot of life in them. We probably need a bit of a clean up because they've been sitting. The endless pads have still got tons of meat on them. They're a good pad. And I had something come back to me a couple of weeks, or last Friday I think. This will be a retro thing. If you followed me for a couple of years now, this is the front bumper I ran in 2022 when the car was a 20 valve silver top, and I damaged it. So the whole lip there was ripped completely off, and yeah. So I had a mate who'd been following me on Instagram for a while now and everything, and I followed him and I've been watching what he does, and he repairs a lot of fiberglass stuff. So thank you, Rick from Downforce Customs. He did a really good job on this. It is really good, because this whole section here was ripped out, and through here was all ripped out, and it had to put some cracking through everywhere and stuff. So he's repaired all that. It's so rigid now, like it should be, and it has been. And he's tidying up a lot of stuff on there, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, got to get it all sanded back and repainted, so the old sponsor there will disappear. And also got Digmax, who have been with us since the very start, as well as Stanmore's. But they're, because this was the guard that was originally on the car in 22 as well. So it's Stanmore, Stanmore Auto Spares, and then obviously running the old sticker there. Right, I have to do this. Just bear with me. My phone's going flat. I should have charged it a bit better. I don't. Please bear with me. There we go. Charging. Right. That's just me. I honestly don't keep things charged. Right. Where was it? Okay. I have quite a lot of people to thank, and it's basically you guys who follow me and all that, who also messaged me saying don't do it, keep going. Yeah, I got to thank you guys a lot. You know, I think it's a mental thing. You know, you look at it, it's been sitting here for so long, and sometimes you just can't do the work that needs to be done, and you sit there and ponder and you think of things. Oh, I could do this, I should have done that, or other things. You know, it really takes toll on you. But when you've got people behind you, it also helps you out. So I gotta thank you all for, you know, getting behind me and Dig Daddy Racing. Also my sponsors, you know, Stam Auto Parts here in Christchurch with Andy and Benny. You know, they've been behind me for a while now, and they've really helped me out with this build. Great bunch of guys. You know, if you haven't met them, you need to go see them and meet them, chat with them. You know, they know their stuff. You know, you need stuff for your car, your race car, they're the guys to go see. So go see Andy and Benny at Stam Auto Parts here in Christchurch, and yeah, get what you need for your car. You know, Digmax, I'd spoken to James over email because he's been away. Just letting him know what I'm doing with the car and everything like that, and what's going on. You know, it's always good with your sponsors to keep in contact and let them know what you're doing, how you're progressing and stuff like that, because you're not racing. And it's just good because these two sponsors that are with me have been with me from the start. You know, I couldn't think of the other sponsors that would do that, like when you're not racing, you know, wanting to hang around because you're not getting their name out there on track. So these guys are great, you know. You know, so their links are in my info on, you know, on Facebook. I only post the videos to Facebook. I don't post them to Instagram. I only do the photos to Instagram. But yeah, so I got to thank everybody, even including my wife. She's behind me 100%. You know, she sort of hummed and hard over me selling the car. She just said, do what you think's right. You know, if you think it's right, then it's right. And well, me selling the car must be the right thing. And you know, my boy Robbie, you know, when I told him I was selling it, he wasn't happy. He went real sad real quick. I said, it's alright, we'll find something else and all that. And he's like, nah. He likes this car, and because it's my first race car and he's been part of it, helping me with it, you know, I think this car means a lot to him. And you know, hopefully one day I can put him in it, let him have a go. So yeah, so I'm rambling, and this video is going on for a bit longer than I intended it to, so I'll start off here. But please share this Facebook page. You know, I'd like to get some more followers and everything on board. And like I said, if you're out there, you own a business and you want to get your name in your car and on the car, and you know, willing to help us out in a way, I know asking's not a hard thing to do, and I know probably at these times, you know, it's something you can't do and all that, and hey, I get that, you know, but you know, we all got to ask for help somewhere along the line, don't we? So yeah, you know, so you share this page, share this post, and yeah, let's just see where we can get this car. I'll hopefully have another post up in next week, Saturday, Sunday, hopefully, and to see where we're at and what's been ordered and everything. And yeah, I'll keep you updated, and then we'll do another one of these videos at the end of March, yeah, because this is March, yeah, sorry, long day. Alright, I'll sign off, and you guys have a good night. Catch ya.